Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and others, but I did have sales on all 4 of those platforms in the last 2 days. Today is December 19th, it's Thursday, and these are going to be sales from the 18th and 19th that I'm packing up to ship out, and I'll tell you all about them as we go along. I'm going to tell you, there's some weird ones. There's some weird sales with some of them low sell-through rate, some of them long time to sell, low sale prices, low. People are slowing down on purchasing. So yes, they are. But all that said, hang around because there's some interesting things that I sold. The first one is not that odd, other than it's a brand that used to sell great. In fact, when I listed it 9 months ago, it had a 50% sell-through rate for this brand and style. Judy Blue size 3/26 jeans, skinny fit, pull-on jegging, dark wash, mid-rise, and then I put the style number. And I can only imagine that these took even longer to sell because of the size being so small. Judy Blue used to sell really fast for about, $20 to $30 in that range. This pair I had listed for $25, which was the ASP. And like I said, a 50% sell-through rate, and they didn't sell for 9 months. And I got an offer for $18 and I took that. Not the worst sale, just took a long time. And I'm going to be putting them in a USPS priority mail padded flat rate, because this is a Poshmark sale. And that's the type of materials you can use. You can use anything, but you can get these for free from the post office. So that's what I prefer to use. Going to Georgia. Thank you, person from Georgia. Do I know where I got these? Let's see. Thank you for asking. I probably got these at a thrift store that has like a separate section for juniors. And that was kind of my tip for finding Judy Blue, but now that it's not so hot anymore, just throw that tip out the window. Yeah. Actually, it says, 50% sell-through rate. Crazy. So, they sold for $18. My fees were $3.60. I paid $5.95, and my shipping expenses $0. So, my profit is $8.45 stinky cents. I'm happy to get any profit, but let's face it, I'm happier if I get more. Yeah, it's kind of a rough end to the year. December is stinking. Next one is something I already have packaged up, so I'll be putting pictures up as usual. I packed this up months ago because somebody purchased it. I can't remember which platform, but whatever platform it was, for some reason, free shipping was listed on the order. And I was going to lose some money because this is a big piece, and to make sure it gets there safely, I had to double box it. So I just left it packed up. It's an amber glass vintage canister paneled apothecary jar, 11-inch MCM kitchen storage. And I canceled the order, sent a message to her saying, hey, I didn't realize this had free shipping on it. That was a mistake. And if you want to repurchase it with shipping, it's listed, but, it's hardly the same deal. So let me pull it out. I've had this box down here waiting for someone to purchase this really cool apothecary jar. It really was cool. Let's weigh it. 8 pounds, 12 ounces. I'm going to round that up to 13 ounces, 8 pounds, 13 ounces. And this did sell on eBay. They spent, I think, more in shipping than they did on the item itself, because they paid $28 for the apothecary jar. It was a full price sale. $8, 8 pounds, 13 ounces, 20 by 14 by 10. And it's going to cost $20.59 for me to ship, USPS Ground Advantage. It's going to New York State, not New York City. So yeah, they paid $28. Total with shipping, they paid $60.09. Dang. So for calculated shipping, they must have gotten charged $30-something. That's crazy. But I do feel like this is packaged up nicely, safely. It's going to get there just fine. So I'm happy to have this going out. It really is cool. But shipping something this big and awkward, it's expensive. All right, so that one was easy. It wasn't easy to begin with. Y'all, I packaged the whole thing up in a video and then realized what happened. Okay, so let's plug in the shipping. I paid $6.48 for this. Marketplace fees were $8.46, and I made $24.56. And I learned my lesson. This is not the kind of thing I want to pick up to resell. I hated packing it up. And I will worry about it getting there until I hear it made it there safely and sound. Safe and sound. Which, by the way, that one order that took forever, like 3 weeks to get to the person, finally did make it to them and it wasn't broken. So yay for that. And it was like a Christmas decoration, so I'm glad it got there before Christmas so they can use it. Okay, I just kind of got lost along the way with the mail and it wasn't really tracking properly. So that was that one. I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely not something in my wheelhouse. The next item is a sport coat. That's something that I sell pretty frequently if I'm listing them. And I haven't picked up any new ones in a while because they were starting to pile up in my money pile. And I wasn't listing them, which is dumb. Because when you list them, they actually sell. And sometimes they take a while to sell. So it's good to get them listed, get them out there, have a good selection. This is a Ralph Lauren size 42 regular silk wool sport coat jacket houndstooth window pane. I did list it low for like $35, I think, because it had a flaw. It has one broken button on the sleeve cuff. So they sent me an offer for $30, which I accepted. If it didn't have that flaw, I would have listed it for about $45 at least. And I accepted that offer after 9 months of it being listed. It's a beautiful sport coat other than that one button. So hopefully they can get that repaired, or maybe they don't care, you know? You just never know. I did put like the flaw in the listing and put that it's priced accordingly. So with shipping, they paid $41.66. Cost of goods was $4.35. Marketplace fees $9.14. I guess I got this at a thrift store too. If I paid for something, it was probably a thrift store purchase. But the ASP would have been $43. So yeah, I would have listed it probably for $50 if it had been in perfect pre-owned condition. I'm wrapping it in some packing paper. And then I'm going to put it in a poly mailer. Got these thick eBay ones. Measures like 11 by 13. And it weighs 1 pound, and I'm going to round up to 11 ounces. Sophie, that door's closed, hon. 1 pound, 11 ounces. 13 by 11 by 2, and it's going to cost $8.64. This also took 9 months to sell. The last two items, 9 months. And my profit was $19.53. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is also going to New York. Yeah, different towns. When you're looking at sport coats to pick up, fabrics really go a long way. Almost all sport coats are going to be wool. If it's polyester, I wouldn't get it. But if it's wool, that's good, but that's just kind of like the baseline. Silk and wool, or cashmere, or camel hair, something like that is even better. Linen can be good for like a summer sport coat. This next item is a onesie, but you can't say that. You gotta say bodysuit. I say one-piece bodysuit. Onesie is trademarked. This is a colored organics size 12 to 18 months bodysuit, one piece, tie-dye. It's cute. It's made of organic cotton. And I had it in my 50% off sale. I've had it for a long time. So someone sent me an offer on top of the 50% off. I'm typically not taking those, but I took it because I've had it a year and 9 months. They sent me an offer of $3. I said, okay, Gretchen doesn't know what she's doing when it comes to baby clothes. With shipping, they paid $8.81. That's still a lot for like a little. I paid $1. Marketplace fees were $1.50, $1.41. I'm gonna put it in this little 6x9 poly mailer. It's so tiny. So itty bitty, and it weighs, I'm gonna round up to 3 ounces. So small. It's going to Michigan. And shipping costs $4.37 for me, for the label. I made $2.03, and I got my $1 back as well. Yeah, all right, I'm glad that's on its way. I have 2 more of those, and I think I have the other ones wadded together because they're the same size. Oh yeah, 2 more of those. Next is my Depop sale. Just had the one. You get 1 or 2 a week. That's cool. Pretty new to listing on Depop. Put this over here where I can see a bit better. It's a belt. It's one of those tooled leather Western belts. Size 34, made in USA, vintage, nice looking. They took an offer that I sent them probably through Vendoo's bulk offer service, and it was for $18.70. My fee was $1.37. I paid, I think it was $2.16 for this. Yep. Shipping expenses will be 0, so my profit is $15.17. I think I'm gonna slip this in a poly mailer, bubble mailer, so the metal doesn't go banging around on stuff. This is an 8x11. I don't need to measure it or weigh it. I already have the label. Or rather, I have to download it. It's going to Virginia. Another eBay sale. These are Subo size US 9.5 heels, Mary Jane leather suede modern slingback adjustable. These are also going to New York. I've also had these forever. It's a common theme. Yeah, these have been listed for 1 year. They sold through my 50% off sale for $26.47. They're really cool looking. I've sold this brand one other time, and they were brown the other time. They were very similar style. I think gray is a harder sell. Harder sell. Oh, I say sale sometimes. It's kind of like my accent coming out, which I don't have much of one, right? With, oh my goodness. Actually, they sold for $13.78 plus shipping. So the total was $26.47. I paid $8.11. Marketplace fees $3.67. How much is it going to be to ship these? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It will cost $10.02 to ship, and I made $4.67. If you're new to my channel, I do really strive to make more than that per item. 10 is like the minimum I want to make. 15 I'll be okay with. I really want 20 in profit. If it's something that sells really, really quickly, I'm kind of okay with any profit if it was easy to list. But this was not fast. 1 year. Now you're going to think I only sell Flawed merchandise, but this next one is a beige size large blue mini dress, puff sleeve, A-line, V-neck, exposed zip pleat pockets. It's a Poshmark sale, and it's a really beautiful dress that just had a little discoloration under one arm and like a loose thread, and I took a picture and I priced it down and all those things. And I think this one would have sold for like 40 to 50, somewhere in that range, but it sold for 25, which was the asking price. Sold in 3 months. Yeah, the ASP is $47. So, yeah, it is a beautiful dress. I think I paid $1. Yeah, $1.08. I got it on my trip to Colorado over the summer. Marketplace fees $5. Shipping expenses $0. So my profit is $18.92. And this is going to Illinois. Poshmark sale. I put it in one of these. I hope my knee doesn't do that again. I'm probably going to cut out the screaming. I just realized that this package box that I use for the shoes has like a battery warning or whatever on it, so I'm going to cover that up. There's no batteries in there. It makes me very unhappy when that happens. The next one is another Flawed item. I swear I look at these things before I pick them up. I really do. This had basically some ring around the collar, and I ended up wadding it with another shirt that had just a little water spot really on it. But the guy messaged me saying he only wanted this first one, the gingham one, which is cotton, and not the linen one. So I created a separate listing for him, and I'll need to create a new one. You can barely see it. It's really, really faint. But this is Ralph Lauren purple label, which is the most expensive. It's made in Italy. Let me put it back in here. And he paid, I think, $35 for it. I had them lotted together for $70, and he paid $35 plus shipping. So still great for a Flawed item. I have like 3 or 4 others listed that have no flaws, and nobody's buying them. I have them listed for $70. These shirts like are $500 or $600. See, $495 retail. ASP is $55, sell-through rate is 62%, so I don't know what's going on. I think my pictures are just kind of not great. I paid up, it says $21.10, but that would have been the cost for both of them. So I paid $10.55 for this one. He paid $43.28 with shipping, marketplace fees, $5.75, and let's figure out the shipping. I just saw. An eBay poly mailer, didn't I? There it is. Fall down. 10 by 13. Put that in there. Don't worry, I did wash my hands after touching that box. Weighs 9 ounces, rounding up. It's going to Pennsylvania. That is another state that I really sell a lot of things to. It's the strangest thing. $5.26 are the shipping expenses. So I made $21.72. Technically, this is an on-target sale. It sold for over $30 plus shipping and in less than 90 days, because I had this listed for hardly any time at all. And then the guy came along, and I've had the other ones listed a while, and then I listed these together. Maybe they've been listed a week, and he came along and sent me an offer and then bought that listing in one day. So yeah, technically an on-target sale. Now I need to look at the pictures of the other ones and see if I can do better. And a Mercari sale next. It is a little stuffed animal that I've had for a long time. I mean, what is my title of this going to be? Like, Flawed merchandise, low sell-through rate, and flawed merchandise. Isn't he cute? He is a House of Lloyd holiday hound. Puppy dog, basset beagle, stuffed animal, tongue out. I think he might have had a ribbon or something on his, around his neck to make him holiday. He no longer has that. But he's super cute. He sold for $8 on Mercari. No fees or anything. It's going to Colorado. I got this here in Texas. So it's like, it's like going back home. I did get this here in Texas. I think this is my last. Yeah, I think this is the last one. So $108 is what I spent on it, and I made $6.92. So let's get this little guy in a box. When he has a hard eyeballs like this. I like to ship them in boxes. First, I'm going to put them in, I'll just wrap them up in paper. I didn't think you would ever sell. There's my action again. I didn't think you'd ever sell. Okay. This one's bigger, but it's also heavier, but that's okay. House of Lloyd, you gonna fit? Yes. Okay, going to Arvada, Colorado. That's in the Denver area. And that's my last sale. I'll tell you how much I made in these 2 days. It's gonna go UPS SurePost. I have my last set of pairs up here. Just relisted them. They haven't sold yet. I'm selling a set of pairs every other day, it seemed. But people were using them as Christmas decorations, I think, so thought I'd slow down. 18th and 19th, my revenue was $250, my profit $121.97. So that's it. Why is it saying I listed? Okay, there we go. 9. I've listed 9. I sold 9. That's almost always the way it works. You sell as much as you list. So, like I say, just keep listing. Bye, y'all.